Hey everyone, how you doing? All right, welcome back. So go Chiefs, first of all. Secondly, we've got some arrows for you to review today. If you're in the market for some inexpensive arrows to shoot, stick around till after the break and we will dive into it. Roll that intro. Hey everyone, welcome back. Okay, so if you're in the market for getting some arrows and you need traditional type arrows, meaning with feathers on them, and you're not, maybe you're a beginner and you don't want to put these feathers on there, or you don't have the equipment yet to put the feathers on there. First of all, I highly recommend that you learn that. It's kind of a nice skill to have anyway, and putting them on, you can put them on a variety of different ways. So it's nice to know how to do that. And especially if you're really going to be into traditional archery, you probably should pick up the tools to do that. However, if you're new to archery or you just want to pick up some inexpensive arrows that you can put in your quiver and practice with, and then you have your really good arrows to hunt with or to compete with, then I think I got a good option for you. This particular arrow here is from Linkboy Archery, and they are out of China. And this is a beautiful wood grain on this arrow. However, it's a 500 spine, and it's not really suitable for the setup that I have. I've considerably dropped in weight what I'm shooting, so I need something that's a lot more forgiving, or sorry, I need something that has a weaker spine. So these are 500s. So I went ahead and looked again for what were the least expensive arrows I could get with fletchings on them that I could use for practice arrows, and were 600 spine. Now, I wanted to go back to the exact same product, Linkboy Archery. I love these arrows. They are fantastic. They are worth double the money that you pay for them. And we're about to open up another version of this arrow, I hope. Again, when you buy it at China, and I'll leave the links below, you're not really sure what you're going to get until you get it, until you set it up and shoot it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box I got. Okay, so the very first thing is this box comes, it is a mess. It's just squished in. It doesn't say, well, it has the fragile symbol on here. But obviously it wasn't treated as such. So I don't know what we're going to get inside. I will tell you that these are super inexpensive arrows. There's 12 here for the price that you pay for the cheapest arrows here. In the United States, you would pay double or more than double for 12. So about the price of paying for 6, you get 12. All right, let's open her up. Okay, all right, there you have it, 12 arrows. They all look to be in pretty good shape. That is really cool. Okay, let's take one out. So you're gonna notice I have an all black arrow here. They are not really smooth, or they don't have that fine finish on them. But again, that's okay. They were around $40 for 12 of them. The 5-inch shield cut feathers here actually look quite good. And they like to put, when you order at China, they put this shrink wrap on the tips of every feather here, as you can see that. And the knock system is good, looks clean. The feathers look good. These are on straight. So that's why I said earlier in the video that it's kind of nice to have your own jig that will put a helical on your feather. And helical just means sort of a twist in the feather, and glue it on yourself, because that gets the arrow spinning faster and it becomes more forgiving, in my opinion. I think there's some sort of science behind it, but I'm not a scientist. The inserts are glued in already, which is kind of disappointing. And they are overall length, and the reason I say it's disappointing is because I might have wanted to cut these, and now I don't have any way to tune these other than putting heavier tips or lighter tips on the end. I could pull this off and fill this up too, but that's another video. Anyway, point is we want to get to these cheap arrows and how they shoot. So this is about 600 spine. I will say that this feels to me pretty good. I've had, and the reason I say that, and I can't do this. I can't go, oh yeah, that's a 600, that's a 500. But it's stiff enough that I know that it's not like an 800 because I've had arrows out of China using just inexpensive, cheap arrows, and they were so flexible that they were not usable by any bow that I had, not even down to like 28 pounds. They were just wobbly through the air. So these have some stiffness to them. And the nocks look good. The feathers are on there well. And the nocks, you can see the nocks there. Over here. Again, I would have loved to have a helical on this, but as you can tell, I don't know if the camera will pick that up or it's picking up my face. Let me put it back here by my face. So there is no helical on this. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot these now, and that should give us a good idea of whether these are even worth it. But honestly, if they're good shooters, which I suspect they are because they're wood grain brothers that I showed you earlier on in the video, certainly were. Stick around and I will actually do some real life shooting of these arrows down here in my range, and you'll get a chance to see how they fly, and I'll give you my opinions and what they feel like once I put some tips on these. Anyway, stick around, watch the video, and you'll get a chance to see whether or not this is a good buy or not. Thanks. See you soon. All right, so you got to see me shoot those arrows. Some of the shots were great, some were not so good to release. But you know, every single time you saw the arrow flying straight. These are awesome arrows. I'm just incredibly impressed. And for the price, you cannot beat it. I don't think anyway. But if you have something that's a little bit better than this, please leave in the comment below, share it with the community. I'd love for everyone to understand, you know, where they can get good arrows at a low cost. Because I really think in North America, we're getting a little bit gypped on arrows when we buy them. They're charging a lot for them, and then a lot of times they don't even come with fletching on them. So let's talk about these arrows. What are the pros and cons? First of all, let's go through the cons. I didn't like the fact that the inserts came already glued in. These are 32-inch long arrows. Did I really want 32-inch long arrows? Depends on how I was going to tune my bow. And you got to see me shoot a Black Hunter and a Bodnik Slick Stick. One is cut past center. You guys all know which one that is. And they are both reflex deflex limbs. Now this arrow came out really, really good out of both those bows. So I wouldn't change anything. But again, you might want to. So having those inserted, glued, the inserts glued in, means that you'd have to cut past the insert. And so you might not want to do that. You might want to take a little bit off at a time. And obviously you can't take off any at this end because the feathers are already there. Okay, so that's a negative. But you can mitigate that by contacting the seller on AliExpress and just tell him, I don't want the inserts glued in. And he will probably send them to you without the inserts inside. Negative, there's no micro coating on this, so it's a little bit rough when you shoot. Not a big issue. Doesn't make that much noise, and that can be mitigated by stuff like Velcro and that on the rest. 2 to 3 weeks lead time to get these. So shipping, once you order, it's about 2 or 3 weeks to get them. Make sure that you know, this video should help you to buy with confidence, and you can wait that 3 weeks, and you know you're only putting out like $40 to $50 for 12 arrows. So that's going into my pros. So the pros are super cheap for a really, really well-made arrow, and these things fly excellently. I don't have anything negative really to say about these. arrows. Everything, they seem to tune like a 600 spine arrow. They fit the normal 5/16 tips, and the feathers seem to be staying on there really, really well, even after, say, 100 shots, 50 shots with each one. I'm going to show some video now. This is just where you go on AliExpress to get these. This is the price of them. You can see they come in a bunch of different spines, but order what you need and order with confidence. I think that this is a Linkboy Archery seems to be a reputable manufacturer of arrows out of China, and you know, they may even make some arrows for major manufacturers. I don't know, but I would imagine that they would do this, and sort of the Linkboy would be their off-brand arrow. So you're getting still pretty good, decent arrows. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this or you liked it, you got something out of it, please hit subscribe down here. Comment. I love seeing the comments. I try and get back to every single person. If there's something you want to see me do, please put in the comments below and I'll try and get to it. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until we talk again, enjoy the great outdoors. Talk to you soon.